Yo, we are back with Gamebound, playing some more Monsterhearts. And let's return to the monsters and hearts that make up this game, shall we? Let's see. Where do we want to go next?
Spain.
So the day continues. Lunch and the rest of the school day. I think so. Obviously, what's her face? Cassie went to the nurse, and something's going on there. I think we see as let's say Zaff is going somewhere, going to another class, and his route happens by the counselor's office, and he ends up seeing or hearing Cassie's voice come from Christine Clark's office. And Christine is trying to get her to open up a bit about what she's dealing with. What do you I think you just hear Cassie say, "I don't want to get anyone in trouble." And Christine's like, "Listen, whatever you say is going to be between you and me, but I want you to know that if someone's hurt you or something illegal has happened, I'm not going to lie to you and say I won't tell someone important, someone who needs to know."
Look, I don't think there's a law against drinking people's blood, so I don't think it's illegal.
I think you might be right about that.
That's just my first note that I'd like to give. I'm
going to look this up. Is it illegal to drink blood?
I mean, was it willingly though?
Of course, the first question that comes up: is it illegal to marry your first cousin? Is it illegal to collect rainwater? Is it illegal to drive barefoot? Is it illegal to drive without a shirt? Is it illegal to drink
Okay,
blood?
So while we're finding out the actual legality of this, I think Zaff would stop.
Wow, this is disappointing.
Is it illegal?
All they keep saying is it is illegal to drive at an alcohol content of da 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 da. That's all it's giving me. It's not talking
all
about
it's giving me is
blood.
It's bad to drink blood. Don't do it.
Well, that's because it's not a real thing that happens on a regular basis.
But it sounds like to me that it's not illegal. So
here we go. Is it legal? All in all, but having a consent blood donor doesn't mean the practice is legal. Depending on where you live, it can be criminally punished for ingesting human or animal blood. Louisiana, for example, has a law in the books that prohibits ritualistic acts.
Well, that's because of voodoo and stuff. I'm not performing voodoo. I'm just a vampire.
The state defines this as any practice with the intention of drinking blood or eating animal waste.
Well, we're also definitely not in Louisiana.
No, we're in Idaho. So someone just popped into chat and said, "Hello, Alyssa is my school teacher."
Wait, who is? Wait.
It says Elijah_boy12.
Oh my God, Elijah, why are you?
This is a great time to walk in on this.
I thought so as well. Alyssa's describing the illegality of drinking human blood.
Elijah, we're not playing D&D tonight. Get off.
Caleb, you should really clip this section.
Oh my God.
Because that was perfect.
All right, I'm making a note. This is 1 hour and 41 minutes.
This is what I get for telling the kids I play on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
really
yes, that is what you get for it.
I don't think anybody would actually watch.
Well, you were wrong.
He just did a cry face in the chat.
Don't cry.
I'm so getting fired. Okay.
There was reading about that. It was vampire related.
All right. I'm sorry. Keep going.
You're good. So yeah, Zaff, how do you respond to this? Yeah.
I think I kind of stick my head in because I hear Chloe's voice or Cassie's voice, and I go,
"Wow, Zaff cares so much. He can't remember."
What's
Cassie's
your name again? Is there even a Chloe?
Chloe's lying.
Game?
I didn't do anything.
There's not even a Chloe in our homeroom.
Don't worry about it, Cassie. I said Cassie. So I just like peek my head and I go, "Hey, Cass."
And she is just like, "Hi." And Christine just frowns and says, "Zaff, can I help you?"
I just wanted to make sure we were. Me and Cassie were still good for dinner tonight.
And Cassie looks at you, and then smiles and says, "You know what, Zaff? Roll to turn someone on. I think that's what you're doing here."
Okay. Do I have any modifiers?
I don't think so,
how
no.
modifiers work.
It would have to do with Cassie.
It'd be like +1 forward sort of thing.
Okay. Because I don't even know if this is an actual condition or if I just typed it in as a joke. Because I typed in playa with like 10 A's.
Oh no, you are a player. Yeah. Yes, that's a real condition that you have.
Does that change anything with modifier?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Let's. Well, I'll double check real quick what conditions. Accomplish.
I was like, did I do this as a joke or was this an actual thing? Because I could see it both ways.
If you take advantage of a condition that someone has while making a move against them, add +1 to your roll.
Okay.
So that's.
So you have to use a
against
condition
other
against
people.
somebody
Against
else.
somebody else. Got
So
it.
Cassie doesn't have any conditions though, does she?
No, I don't think so.
Dang it, I should have taken a forward on her instead of healing myself. Oh well. Here we go.
Oh, well, there you
Didn't
go.
even need it. Make Cassie not report me? A million question marks. Yeah, I mean, so obviously, right, like, you do this, and she looks up at you, and you can see, like, she was crying, right? You can see her makeup smeared, right? And then immediately it's just like, her face just completely changes, and she says, "Oh, of course, Zaff." And her voice, like, stops quavering, like, it's, like, immediate change.
Cool. So I'll be there at what, like 6?
6 is good, yeah.
Cool.
Bye.
Just kind of like give a head nod and walk off.
Yeah. And we see.
So how's Cassie gonna get out of this?
I was gonna say we see Cassie look back at Christine, and I think she says, "Well, it's not really about me. I've been really, really worried about Iclyn." And then we just like cut from the scene. She's gonna like flip it around and suddenly like, yeah, gonna pretend like it was all about how she's worried
You know
about
what she
all the
should have done? She
rumors.
just said, he did the same thing to me and I, was too afraid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she has a
No.
guy that she wants to throw under the bus, right? So she's gonna try to spin it that way. But I think we cut from the scene. We don't hear the rest of the conversation. But I think we do pick up with Iclyn actually. And Iclyn, I think we see it's lunch. I think. And
yeah, I definitely skipped the period after like before lunch.
Yeah, and I think we get to lunch and you're probably getting up to like put away your stuff or something. You probably don't eat at lunch, or like you probably just pretend to eat. Just to you probably can put food in your body, but like it doesn't do anything, right? You can't taste it.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. But you can't have physical, like solid form, because otherwise people wouldn't be able to touch you or whatever, right? So I think you're just tastelessly eating your food, and then we see you get up to like, put the tray away or whatever. And I think Max Manning, the jock of the class,
Okay.
flanked by a rowdy looking Brett and a sort of conflicted looking Garrett, come up to you, and we see Brett like just like making like faces like behind Max, like, oh, this is gonna be good, sort of a thing. And Max like confronts you and like stops you, intercepts you from where you're going. And he says, "Hey, Iclyn, I wanted to see if you wanted to go to homecoming with me."
What would I say?
And Garrett's like, I can see he's like gritting his teeth a little bit, but he's like not saying anything. And then Max or Brett from behind him goes, ooh, 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 like just making noises.
I mean, I think she's just like doodling in her notebook or something like that. Like she's not in the cafeteria, right? She eats outside.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So this is like outside.
Yeah, it's kind of isolated. I think she just says no, then looks down.
So yeah, and I think they wouldn't go to your table. They would catch you like as you were getting up to leave. So I don't think you're like have your notebook in your hand necessarily.
Okay. All right.
Probably like then I was thinking like you have your tray like walking back into the cafeteria to like put it away or whatever.
Okay. Then yeah.
You just like look down and then just say no.
Yeah. Yeah. She just says no.
Yeah, and he frowns, kind of like a fake, like a play frown though, and he just says, "That's not what I heard." Let's see, how would he say this? That's not what I heard you said to Zaff.
Yeah, I think she just wants to shut that down and just say like, "This is why I hate this school. You all assume everything of the worst of people. Nothing is happening with Zaff and I."
Oh, but you and the janitor.
And then she looks over. Well, and then she looks over at like Garrett, like as she said that.
Yeah.
And then she just is like, nothing there either. Nothing between anybody.
Yeah. So are you rolling to shut him down?
Yeah, she's just like rolling to like shut down like the rumors. She's just like, I just like don't want to like deal with it. And I think she's like rolling to like shut him down while also like I don't want to say I'm trying to turn on Garrett, but like I'm trying to shut down the rumors, because like if I didn't care, like I want Garrett to like understand that like the rumors aren't true. That like I don't.
Yeah, so looking at shut someone down, I think you need to be like he's probably gonna Max is probably gonna say something else, and then you're probably gonna have to escalate one more time and like really snap at him to actually shut him down. So I think he probably says after that, he says, "I'm sure I can convince you, Iclyn. How about we go off into the trees like you and Zaff did, or maybe the janitor's closet? I hear that's the new place to get it on."
Yeah, and then she'll like, so I have like my tray with like, probably like, a lot of food still on there because I don't eat a ton of it. I just like shove it right at him.
Yeah.
And just like, no, you need, like, I'm so tired of this. And then just like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, just like, I want to shove my tray at him and just like, be like, see, I feel like that's more volatile though. I'm trying to go for more like,
I almost feel like that's just you probably trying to run away next because like, so
I'm not.
Yeah. So shutting someone down, the way that it's described here is maybe this is a cruel remark in the locker room, a death threat, or an embarrassing prank pulled in front of the entire school. Shutting someone down is an attempt to take their power and confidence away, usually in front of an audience.
Right.
Like,
okay. So then
just shoving that in front of him isn't going to do anything. Right.
Okay.
Like,
I dump it on him then. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to like humiliate him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, so maybe you have like, you still have like hot soup still on your like plate or whatever. Right. And you just like right in the face. Like,
I'm just like, how dare you? Like, you don't know me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, do it. Roll cold. Give us that ice, Lynn.
Ice, baby. Oh my gosh!
No, that's a no.
Oh my
Why am I so bad at everything.
It's because the world heard you that you wanted a new move. And so you need experience to get the new move.
I have a +2 to cold. I rolled a 1 and a 2. This is not okay.
Trying to look up my MC moves here. What do I have?
I think I get a condition, don't I? I have so many flipping conditions.
Yeah, you might get condition. Let me double check. I'm trying to find where these MC moves are.
So annoying.
Yeah, here we go.
This is the thing I'm supposed to be good at.
Yeah, I know.
Why do Zaff and Gris get to succeed at everything?
To be fair, I was my darkest self earlier.
I mean, okay, you got hit by a train and then you revived. That's the worst that happened, okay? And then you escaped from your prison.
I have a girlfriend and I have to meet her parents tonight.
Oh my gosh, your life is horrible.
It's really hard, okay?
So I think... Yeah, I think is what this is. Because most of the stuff I'm looking at, like, I don't think anything in particular is going to happen with Max in this situation. Like, he has had his fun, and he's going to move on, right? Like, unless he found some opportunity later to harass you even more, like, more explicitly, he's not going to do anything right now. But I think, honestly, what ends up happening is, like, this just goes back on you. Everyone immediately... like, it's just like, wow, she is so high on her own drama. Like, what is up with her? Like, right? Like, everyone is just... I'm
dramatic.
Yeah, basically. Just turns on you. And I don't think this is like another condition. I think what happens is you trigger your darkest self, because I think...
But I disappear when that happens.
I think what happens with Iclyn, and I don't think maybe it might happen in this scene, but the way I want to kind of describe this is like, we see a little bit of a montage where Iclyn just suddenly can't get away from anyone, right? Like, she is just constantly berated the rest of the day, just like mocked and spit on so
the only thing is I can disappear.
So your only recourse is to suddenly, Iclyn's just like, I have had enough. I am disappearing. I'm just done. So, I mean, you can describe how exactly that happens, but I think that's the result of this.
I mean, I think it's probably right after lunch, to be honest. Like, I think what happens is I probably, like, it could even be one of those things where, right, like, that happens, and then, like, I, like, storm into, like, the cafeteria, right? And everybody is like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck, Iclyn? Like, what'd you do? And then I go into the bathroom, and then, like, I disappear in the stall. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, probably, I mean, nobody probably comes and checks on me, but it would, it'd be one of those scenes, right, where, like, maybe somebody does, and then, like, I'm not there, and they're like, what the heck?
Maybe we see Cassie, right? Like, she's noticing this because she's talked to Christine about this and tried to, forget.
The only person who actually genuinely cares.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she's had a conversation.
She's one of the most harassed. But she just sees you run into the bathroom crying after, like, Amy and her goons, like, do something particularly nasty. And, like, she follows you in and just says, we just see it from her perspective. We just see her say, Iclyn. And then she, like, knocks on a little stall that she thinks you went in. Iclyn, I'm going to come in, okay? And then we just see it creak open and no one's there. And then
like, you see, like, Iclyn, like, crying, like, on her perspective, and then it creaks open and you can't hear or see anybody.
Yeah. Cassie's just like,
I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this.
Yeah. She just frowns.
Well, I mean, she probably thinks, well, I walked into the wrong bathroom earlier. Maybe I just...
Right. She probably looks around like, there are no urinals. Okay. She just frowns and she just says, I could have sworn. And then she just, like, and, like, walks out.
It's been a very
and then like
confusing day for
Iclyn like
Cassie.
looks up because she like sees Cassie and then she
Yeah.
like looks down at her hands and like it's like probably like for her it's like translucent.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, she's just like and just like breathes and it's just like she's like, well, I you know, because I don't know if she's ever gone into her darkest self because nobody's ever noticed her before.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I think we just cut away from the scene there, right? And Iclyn says like, oh no. Cool. So Gris, where do you end up during the day? I mean, you're okay, so you're going to classes and stuff, yeah?
Well, I kind of showed up, and if I wasn't going to classes, it would be more noticeable. Plus, what is? Oh, she what class did she taught history? Okay,
so let's say this. Let's say you've managed to get through most of the class, like looking over your shoulder every second to like make sure Quinn's not around, and then you know your next class is history, and you're like, I don't know what to do now.
Is it the last class of the day?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say because it was the last class of the day, maybe I'll just skip history.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question. So I threw Brandon down the stairs. He like I locked him out, but technically he could come to the front door still, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just haven't seen him so far today, right? Like, wait, did you take her to the nurses?
Yeah,
you took Cassie to the nurses' office. You know what we need to do? We actually need to back up and go back to that scene because
that's fair.
Brandon's probably there, right? So I think it's like Cassie has been kind of taken care of, and like I think you stayed with Cassie like the whole time because she was like grabbing your hand, like I don't want anyone to leave, like I'm just scared and like but eventually she calms down and then like I think the nurse is like, do you want to go talk to Christine? And she like nods and then walks away. And the nurse had just a couple of questions for you, and so you stay afterwards, right, a little bit longer. And then we see like a male teacher lead in Brandon, and he's like clutching his arm, and like this, probably like a gym teacher or something, is just like kind of shaking his head like, Brandon hurt himself in the parking lot. You weren't supposed to be out there. And Brandon's just like, yeah, I know. Ow, it hurts. And then he looks up and he meets your eyes, and he just like eyes widen. He's just staring at you.
That's right, because if he rats on me, I'll rat on him.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like the mutual destruction.
He's wondering if you're gonna do it. Like,
I look to him. I just kind of look to him, glare, kind of give him a look of like, what happened?
Yeah. Let's have you roll to shut someone down, right?
Oh yeah, but
you're trying to, because I think like he might care enough. He was like, you literally like superhuman backhand.
Yeah,
like, he's like freaked out. So you're gonna have to like shut him down with a glare here to like
what is
not
that?
Say anything. Cold.
Oh no, I'm -1 to cold. I don't have any. I don't have anything. Go off. I'll just roll. Give Brandon
stink eye.
Shut it.
Oh no! Your luck
and
finally
now
runs
I mark
out, Gris.
Experience. Oh.
So let's see.
And I think I get a condition too. Wait, actually.
Yeah, I think this is what happened. So
I get a forward on Brandon.
Okay. Brandon just is staring at you, and then he just looks up at his teacher, like the gym teacher, and he just says, I didn't tell you the whole story, coach. And he frowns like, what do you mean? Well, I was going out to... Well, that's not important, but when I went out into the back, Gris was sneaking into school, and he attacked me. He hit me in the face, and he knocked me into the pavement, and I broke my arm. That's what happened. I promise. And he looks at Gris like, And the coach looks at you like, is that true?
When do I get the condition?
Well, yeah. What's your?
I guess. So the thing is, well, When you screw up, give yourself an appropriate condition and take one forward.
Okay. Let's see. What condition would that be?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
In the spotlight, let's say.
Okay. I think I know how I'll try and get out of this. How far? Okay. How far is this school from like where they think I live? I mean, they don't know how far I live.
They have no clue where you live, Gris.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so what do you say? What's the teacher's name? Did you say one?
No, I'm trying to figure one out.
Okay.
Off the top of my head. Mr. Colson.
Well, Mr. Colson. I wasn't trying to sneak into school. I was on my bike. I was biking my way here, and unlucky is like, and as you can tell, I kind of fell off my bike and got a really, really scraped up. And so I was trying to get to school on time, and the quickest way was, how would I word this? And the quickest way I thought might be, and I was coming up. Okay, the quickest way on the way there was through the bushes. So I was coming through the bushes, and I happened to see Brandon open the door. I thought, whoa, lucky day, I can just go in this way. And I saw him smoking there. And so I ran in. He was trying to get me not to tell anyone. So I threw him off my arm. He fell down, and I closed the door before I realized he hurt himself.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. I think you're rolling to...
I'm only half lying. I did get scraped up on the way here. The quickest way was the back way, kind of, I think, technically.
Trying to figure out what roll this is. I think you're going to keep your cool. Right? What you're basically trying to do is like you're faced with the fear of like getting found out for who you really are. And you're just going to try to like coolly and calmly, right? Just explain to the teacher what actually happened and make Brandon seem crazy, right? Like Brandon seemed like he's obviously lying, obviously frenetic. Like I'm the calm, cool, collected one who's just telling the truth. So go ahead and roll cold.
Oh, I'm not good with cold either. Keep my cool. Oh, frick.
Another fail. Nice.
Well, the good thing is I level up. I gain a condition. I'm guessing it's going to be liar.
Yes.
Isn't this like the third time Gris has leveled up?
Second.
Yes. This is second, but yeah. Oh yeah, what are you gonna get?
You just level so quickly.
I do. I mean, I just got 4 experience within that one interaction because I got 2 fails, and fail gives me experience. And when I get a condition, then getting a condition gives me an experience. So yes. I don't know what I'm gonna take, but I'll we'll resolve this and I'll figure it out because I don't think it'll matter here.
Oh, hey, well, you could take the move fake, add 1 to any rolls you make while lying. You just get better at lying for having to learn from.
Oh, that's actually really good. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Take another hollow move. But is that wait? Let me check real quick because this is the last hollow move I can get. I think that's probably the most universally helpful. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the teacher just like frowns and like crosses his arms and says, "Now listen, I believe you about Brandon smoking because of course, but Gris, listen, son, word's been getting around. Things are not good at home, are they?" And he like looks down at your arms, and he says like, "You didn't fall off your bike, did you?" Yeah, this is like big gym teacher, wearing like a tank top and like,
probably what it is like I said, I fell off my bike. I'm like, yeah, you're scraped up everywhere, dude. You don't get that from falling off because I climbed through a broken glass.
Yeah,
that's all the sides.
Yeah.
Probably I just don't say anything.
Yeah, and so he just keeps going and he says, "All right, I'm gonna have to call your parents."
Wouldn't it just be a detention?
No,
I mean, yeah, but like he's gonna like he's worried about this dude's like mental health.
Oh yeah, sure. Like a good teacher, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, Alyssa.
Alyssa, this is a little concerning. Just give him a detention.
What did you just give him a detention? Like, you don't have to check out his mental health.
I don't think your students in chat anymore is probably for the best. Kidding. I think he left after the awkward moment.
That probably just made his night.
He's gonna have stories.
We're gonna have a fun time tomorrow.
I don't know what Gris would do to that. Because he doesn't. Oh, he probably would say, I don't know their number, or they don't, or say I don't have their number. They don't have a phone. Both are technically true. We'll go with I don't have their number. Because technically they do have a phone. I just don't know the number to the laboratory that I came from.
Yeah, he just gives you a look like, what?
I don't know it. I don't know if they have a phone.
All right. Come on, son, let's go. And he like grabs your arm and then looks at the nurse like, take care of Brandon. And this teacher is gonna like lead you to the office, and they're gonna like get all this sorted out, basically, right? They're gonna look up your file. They're gonna like.
Are they gonna find a file?
I don't remember exactly how Gris has gotten away with just going to this school, but yeah, they will find something that they don't expect.
If I remember right, I've only been here for a few weeks.
I mean, I think you've been here a couple months, maybe.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. So he takes you to the office, and I think he has like the secretary or whatever like look through the files to like find his like, can you find Gris' parents' numbers? We need to talk to them about something. Gris might be going home early today.
I have a feeling. No, I'm not gonna say it.
So the thing is, I think honestly, she so this secretary or office worker or whatever, right? Like the office lady, just like starts going through her computer, just trying to find this, and she just is like, Mr. Coulson, I'm confused. How does he spell his name? And he's like, I thought it was Gris and then Ged, right, Gris?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you mean you think so?
I'm just being funny.
And he just turns back. He's like, yeah, she's like, listen, I'm not finding anyone in this system by that name. I'm actually not finding Gris' name in here anywhere. And the teacher just frowns. He's like, what are you talking about? You've been at my gym class. You're a student of this school. And he like, let me see. And they're literally like starting to like, because I think like what
are they like? I think they're like, is that a nickname you go by? Like, what's your actual name? You know,
is that long for something? What's your full name?
Gris.
Gris.
Yeah.
That's not short for Griselda or something. That's like the coach saying that, right? Like,
it's like I've just always gone by Gris.
But what's up? All right.
It's like I don't know. Like, what do I say?
Man, I'm a little stumped here, and the office lady's just shaking her head like, it might be a glitch with the system. Here, let's how about you go have him talk with Christine a little bit, and we'll see if we can sort this out. And the coach just nods and he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Gris, let's go talk with Miss Clark, okay? Mrs. Clark.
Is that the nurse or the counselor?
That's the counselor. Yeah, that's the school counselor.
Okay.
Yeah, so he like leads you away. And I think school is like starting to get, it's getting close to being over. Yeah, I guess the next thing really is like Zaff goes into the parents. So I think we'll finish up this scene. So Gris, you go to meet with Christine, and we just see you like sitting there awkwardly, and she has her little notepad, and she's like looking in a chair, looking at you sitting on this little couch, and she's just like, "So Gris, Mr. Coulson was saying that he found you with some cuts on your arm. Do you want to share with me what caused those?"
Hey.
I was trying to escape Miss Quinn through the window.
The teacher, Miss Quinn locked me in her basement. I mean,
she tied me to her bed.
Then I killed a vampire.
And I killed her boyfriend.
I
killed the janitor.
The janitor is also there.
He's also a vampire.
And then
I broke a guy's arm accidentally, though.
And there's this old man on the porch.
Go ask him. He can come up with
I am curious what the consequence of that is. If they're, yeah.
I mean, it's gonna get around, right? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Someone who digs into this is gonna put some pieces together pretty quickly here.
I mean, the thing is, Gris probably didn't see the old man. He wasn't looking for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know he may have seen. He probably figured, but he's like, I just need to get out of here. He's like, I told him I fell.
Gris, honey, listen, you're in a safe place here. You can tell me anything.
He thinks of stabbing a vampire. I don't think I can. He's like, there's 2 vampires in the place. I'm a science experiment. What can you handle, lady? He's like, I don't know if you can. He thinks there's government people after it.
Do you actually say that?
What does she say exactly? This is a safe space?
This is a safe place. You can tell me anything.
I don't think I can.
She frowns a little bit. Gris, I want you to know that even if you're in trouble, even if there's something really bad going on, we're here to help you.
He could have said something that would have sounded a lot more threatening than he meant to do. He said, like, I don't know if I can help you if they come after you.
Right.
He's like, if you could help me, I would tell you. But you have no idea what you're dealing with. Because I have no idea what I'm dealing with.
I've heard a lot of kids say something like that before. Sometimes it can feel like we just can't deal with what life is throwing at us. But I want to tell you, there is hope. Right? You can open up to me.
Can I? Can I really?
And
he's not saying it. He's not saying it like, can I? He's like, can I? Like, used to.
Gris, I've already told you can. Now, we can sit here for as long as you need. Take your time. Just, take time to gather your thoughts.
I kind of want to just lay out everything that's happened and see how she responds to it. Because he's probably like, if I tell her the truth, she's not going to believe me anyway.
Yeah. Keep in mind that you do have a move now that gives you a bonus when you're lying, though.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm wondering, should I lie or should I just go full, should I go in the spotlight and just like blast out everything that's happened over the past few days and see?
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
what's funny is that she'll probably think you're lying if you tell the truth.
Right. So I honestly agree. If you wanted to do that, right? If you want to just like lay all this out because she won't believe you, and then she'll just be like she'll give up. I think that's shutting someone down, right? I think that's what you're doing, right? I think you're rolling cold to basically be like, I'm going to tell you all this so that you'll stop talking to me because you won't believe me and you'll think you're not going to get anywhere.
Okay, let's see how I want to say this then. You want to know what I know? I know nothing. I don't know who I am. I don't know.
She's just nodding solemnly like, we've all felt like that before.
No, I don't know who I am. I don't remember anything before. Like how long?
Like 2 months ago.
I don't know what. I don't know how to.
Don't remember anything.
I don't remember anything except for the last 2 months of my life. I just wandered here because I figured might as well be around people that look like me. Maybe I'll blend in. Maybe I'll find someone who's like me. And you know what I find? Vampires. Vampires that are trying to kill me. Government agents are trying to kidnap me. I find Mrs. Quinn trying to lock me in her basement and dragging me down to her bed. And all of a sudden I'm crawling out of a window after I'm standing in front of a train. I don't know what's going on because I don't know anything.
And Christina's just like looking at you like
dragging with you like, oh yes, honey. And then it just got weird.
Yeah, and she's just like, so
can I roll
I think
cold?
I'm gonna
cold in the spotlight.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, what's your exact intent here? What are you trying to do?
Just tell her everything to get her to shut up.
Right. Yeah, what so conditions is like if you do something in the narrative to like
specifically, it's when you take an action that embodies one of your conditions, allowing that
you
condition to alter your sense of self, add a +1. So I want to go in the spotlight.
Yep.
Just literally just go.
Yep. You can get a +1 for that. Yep. Go ahead. Roll someone down.
Let's see. Tell the counselor.
And so basically, this means you want her to leave her alone. Want her
leave
to
me alone.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, she's going to think I'm crazy if I say everything. Yeah. So yeah, let's tell her everything. I'm not lying, so I'll just do it. Let's just go for it. Let's just tell her everything. And it kind of works.
So you choose from below, but you come across poorly and they give you a condition in return. I definitely know what condition they're going to give you in return, but what do you choose?
What are the options?
They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward.
I mean, taking 1 forward is the same as gaining a string on them, isn't it?
No, strings can be used to do other things. Forward is just you get a +1 to their next thing.
Oh, I messed that up then. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. It was a fail anyway, so I'll just forget that. I'll gain a wait. So what are the options again?
They lose a string on you. She doesn't have a string on you, so that's not a thing. Yeah. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward.
I kind of want to gain a string on them.
Okay, yeah.
It's because I feel like after everything I just said, she's gonna be talking to me again.
Yeah.
So what's her name again?
Christine Clark.
Christine Clark. She's a counselor.
Yep, school counselor.
And I have 1 string on her.
She definitely, what definitely happens here is she's, nodding, kind of like, ooh, oh boy. Okay. And she just looks at you and says, so I'm going to refer you to Nurse Hardy, and she's going to check your blood for hallucinogens, anything you might have been taking. Were you with Brandon earlier? Listen, I think you might need a little bit of time with the nurses. Maybe we can calm you down and we can have a better conversation later. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and take you down to the nurse's office, okay? And you gain the condition, like on drugs.
On drugs.
Hooked on a feeling.
Yeah, drugged up, something like that.
Okay, they're not gonna find anything. Actually, who knows what they'll find? I don't know what they'll
Honestly,
find. I don't know what I am. Okay.
And so what happens is Christine starts to like lead you out, right, into the nurse's office. And then Mr. Coulson comes back and says, oh, Christine, where are you taking him? And she just explains really quick, like in some kind of condescending terms towards you, but like, talking to him about like what happened and take you down to the nurse's office. And then he says, okay, cool. Well, after he's done with that, I have a Mr. Pearson here to take him home. He said that he showed us where the glitch was in the system. Smart guy, computer programmer, and we figured everything out. He just happened to be walking into give his son something. Anyway, he said that he knows Gris' parents, so he's gonna take him home after this is all done.
If I tell her that Mr. Pearson's trying to kidnap me, she's just gonna think I'm crazy again.
Yeah.
Do I book it? But the gym teacher's right there. He could probably catch me. You know what? It's worked before. I think Gris just gonna try and book it because he knows he's not on anything. They're not gonna find anything, and if he goes in there, he's a sitting duck. He's trapped.
Yeah.
So is volatile running?
Yes.
Could that be? Could I get on drugs with that? Since it sounds like no.
I don't think so.
Oh, I wasn't
a little bit of a stretch.
That. Run away again. That's volatile, right?
Yeah.
You said okay.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, I do it.
Nice. Very good. Yeah. So, what does this look like, Gris? You describe it for us.
So probably what happens is she's leading me. She probably doesn't like have me by the arm or anything. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
So she doesn't have me by the arm. So what I do is I'm just kind of going, and as I'm looking like I'm gonna walk in, I kind of like as they start to like maybe okay. Here's probably what happens. I act like I'm gonna go walk into the nurse's office, and they start talking to each other about what they found. And as I notice they're not paying attention, I just book it.
Yeah,
and just run.
Yeah, obviously they chase you, right? Like Christine's in heels, so she doesn't chase you very far, but she starts running. She's like, Gris! And then the gym teacher just takes off after you, like, you know. Gris, we definitely see this.
I just love the anime sequence.
Yeah, we definitely see this horrifying moment where Gris, like, is like, haha, I got away. And then he looks behind him, and then we see this, like, gym teacher just, like really intimidating behind him. But Gris, you managed to lose him. And I think what ends up happening is you run out the same back door you came in, and you end up slamming it back in the gym teacher's face, right? And he's just like, holding his face, and you just run off into the trees, right? And we see Gris just like book it. And then we see a little bit later, we're seeing the gym teacher like holding his face. He's just, and then we see an arm like, you know, go onto his shoulder, and then the gym teacher looks up and his nose is bleeding, but then Mr. Pearson is right there, and he's smiling at the dude. He's like, he got away, did he? It's a troublesome kid. Don't worry, I'll help you look for him. And the gym teacher nods, just like, oh, well, he's got a heck of a swing there. Yeah, because you like slammed that door, like.
It's like, man, I should have recruited him on my baseball team or something.
Exactly. That kid's got an arm, I gotta say. And I think Mr. Pearson just says, yeah, he's got two. And you know, the gym teacher is just like, that's a dumb joke. But like for Mr. Pearson, he's just like, yes, he has two super powered arms because he's part of my program and I know all about him. That's like the vibe we get from that.
I just sent to give him the messenger chat of how I imagined Caleb still talking about it running.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's. Yes, that's exactly the person I was thinking of. Is that cop from that movie for sure?
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah, that's him.
That's awesome.
That's the guy. Yeah.
In my head, that's what the gym teacher looks like now. Okay, well, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Iclyn could help you. She probably knows a place, but you can't see her.
Yep. He probably was looking for you all day and could not find you.
Well, no, I mean, I think she assumed that you skipped school that day because you were like not in the first class, and then you weren't around at lunch because all this stuff happened, and then I was like outside, like actually, right? We just missed each other.
That was it. Actually, I came in looking for you, was interrupted by Cassie, and never got to even look for you.
Yeah, we just like totally missed each other. So I thought that you ditched school. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Something like that.
Yep. It's that mixed with that, right? It's those two things.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah. There's definitely another one. I'll see if I can find a better one later, but I'm also imagining like red eyes, right? Like terrifying red eyes chasing him. Yeah. But yeah, so we get that, right? Gris runs off, and then we pick up with Zaff, right? And Zaff, are you gussing yourself up? What does this look like when you like go to the parents' dinner, Zaff?
Maybe we see like me just like I'm probably like looking in the mirror like at my home, just like looking. Can I see myself? Do I have a reflection?
Sure.
We're going.
Yeah.
Weird vampire.
That's as soon as I said that, I was like, wait, I don't know in this universe if I even have a reflection.
Yeah, I mean, I think the more obvious stuff that like gives away vampires are probably not true in this world, like the sunlight and mirrors, because otherwise it would be really difficult for you to live in this world. And get away with it. So
I just like stare at myself in a mirror and just go, you have to learn to control yourself.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing this.
Miss Quinn warned you. You didn't listen.
I'm a teenage boy.
Yeah.
My frontal lobe is forever in a bad state, okay? So all you see like in my getting ready montage is just like me like wiping my face off with like a wet towel, just like refreshing my face.
Yeah.
You know, popping in a piece of gum, and then you see me just like lacing up some different shoes out of those tacky white tennis shoes.
Of course. Cool.
Yeah,
and did you see you like walk up to the door and like ring the doorbell or whatever?
Yeah, and then I'm like, shoot, I probably should have gotten them something.
Yeah. And so the door opens and I think it's her mom first. So pretty lady. She's probably dressed in normal clothes and just definitely has like a mom haircut, mom jeans. And she opens the door and then says, "Oh, Zaff, it's so good to see you. I have heard a lot about you, and I hope you like pork chops."
Hi. And then I just like realize I don't know Cassie's last name.
Right.
Have we given her one?
Yeah, Chandler.
Oh,
okay.
Me not knowing Cassie's last name in character and out of character. Just kind of go, hi. It's so nice to meet you too.
Yeah, she just smiles a little bit and then opens the door. Please come in.
Thank you for inviting me in.
You're welcome.
You have a beautiful home.
Thanks, I do what I can. Well, if you want to just go right into the sitting room there, Cassie and my husband are there. I think they're finishing a game of Uno, and so don't be concerned. They get a little intense with their Uno.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you walk in and she goes like into the kitchen to like look at her pork chops or whatever, and you walk in and like you see Cassie and her dad, but also like her little brother playing a vigorous game of Uno, and Cassie seems pretty normal, right? And I think the dad is facing away from you, so they're like finishing up their game as you like walk up, and Cassie I think doesn't immediately look at you because she's like focused on the game. And then, she does some dastardly move to annoy both her dad and her brother. And they groan and she just says, "Ha! Told you I was going to win." And then she looks up and catches your eye and notices you're there and then smiles and says, "Oh, Zaff, you're here." And then that's the moment where like we just see the dad's shoulders tense a little bit, right? Because we just see him from the back, and then he like turns around. Big dude, pretty intimidating. Very like he's probably like a cop or a firefighter or something, right? Like that's that sort of vibe. Maybe he was in the military. And he looks and he says, "Hey there, let's see, how would he refer to you? Wait, what's your Zaff Tresnor? I couldn't remember your name for a second.
Yeah. You couldn't remember Zaff Tresnor?
I know, yeah.
Come on.
He turns around and then he gives you like a thin lip smile and he says, Mr. Tresnor, I presume. And he stands up and like holds out a hand and he gives you the look like, this better be a firm handshake, son. Like,
and I just kind of go, the one and only. And
honestly, your vampiric strength probably does it for him, right? He's like, all right, firm handshake. First test has been passed. And you called him sir, right? That's what you just said.
I didn't say that, but sure, I did.
Well, sorry, I just thought you did. That would probably be in the other test. So he's just like, okay, didn't say sir, but firm handshake. All right, we're good so far. He says, so Cassie's telling me that you want to take her to homecoming. And then Cassie just like rolls her eyes. She's like, Dad, not right away, okay? Let him breathe first. And her little brother like laughs. And then she says, grill him, Dad. You should throw him out like you threw out the other guy. And
I give Cassie a questioning look, like
she's just like, it's fine. Yeah, and he kind of like takes you by the shoulders, kind of like leads you out into like the towards the kitchen. And he just says, so what are your interests, Zaff? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
I like music.
You like music. What kind of music would that be?
Just my friend Todd has a weird taste in music, so I just listen to all the stuff he's into that day, and it's an experience.
An experience, you say? All right. Tell me, do you listen to that metal music, the heavy metal stuff?
Only on Thursdays.
He just like frowns, like just stare at you like, what?
And then I quickly am just like, no.
Joker. Okay. All right. Yeah. Funny guys are good. That's good. Make my daughter laugh. Okay. So, I take you like pork chops? Like some, good old red meat?
Yes. It'll be a nice treat. I'm trying to cut down on my intake.
On your intake of meat?
Of red meat, at least.
Cut down your intake of red. All right, listen. Listen, Mr. Tresnor, if there's one thing that I can leave you with, even if you don't go with my daughter to homecoming, even if the rest of this night is a disaster, I'm going to leave you the one tip. You can never eat enough red meat. That's how I got to be how I am today, all right? Plenty of nutrients packed in there, all right? Especially beef, steak, just pile it in.
This is in Idaho.
The bloodier, the better, right?
Well, it's not blood, it's myoglobin, but sure, yeah.
I'm just kind of like...
That's what he would say.
Yeah. It's just too true.
Have you heard about PUFAs, Zaff?
No.
Let me tell you about PUFAs, all right? So it is not good for you. And most of the food we eat today filled with PUFAs, all right? It's short for polyunsaturated fats, and it is the sort of stuff that you can have a little bit of, little bit of, it's okay. But if you have too much, you just get fat and slow. You ever noticed how when you're done with a fast food meal, you feel a little sluggish? Well, that's the PUFAs, and it'll do you in every time, all right? Get the good red meat, organic, grass-fed, big and strong, so you can protect a lady like Cassie here. And Cassie's like walking into the room at this point. She's like, Dad, stop it.
You just kind of go, well, if Cassie's not eating it, I'm not eating it.
Well, Cassie loves red meat. Don't you, what do you say? Don't you, Cass? And Cassie says, yeah, I love red meat. You taught me to love red meat, Dad. He's like, good. All right. So, Zaff, you dated anyone before? And Cassie's like, Dad, we're not dating. It's just homecoming. She's like, listen, let me give the talk, all right? And I think that's probably the point where the mom says, all right, dinner's ready. I know you want to have that conversation now, Jack, but you can have it later. It's time to eat. And Jack says, see, second thing I'm going to leave you here with, when your wife says it's time to eat, it's time to eat. No questions asked. Long and happy marriage right there. And then he walks in.
I kind of like whisper to Cassie, I go, what do I call them? Neither of them told me what to call them.
Yeah, and so she shudders when you whisper. Just as an instinctive reaction, she says, Zaff, could you give me a second? And then she just like runs to the bathroom. And you're standing there for a second, I think. And then I think the brother comes over, looks up at you and says, you're weird.
Yes. You're observant.
Thanks. My name's Emery. What's yours?
Zaff.
That's a dumb name.
Well, it's not like I chose it.
He frowns like that, like he never considered that. and then the mom like calls again, like, Zaff, it's time to eat.
Oh, be right.
Emery, are you in there? And Emery's like, yeah, I'm coming, Mom.
I'm gonna check on Cassie real quick.
Okay.
Am I allowed to like re-hypnotize her?
Sure, I mean, probably, yeah. You can make a roll again.
To try and see if like.
Yeah, so she's locked herself in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So you can go up to the door and like, yeah.
Do a little like, hey, Cassie?
Yeah?
Your mom was calling us for dinner.
I know. I'll be there in just a second, okay? I'm sorry, this is probably ruining everything, isn't it? Leaving you to be harassed by my dad, but I just felt really sick all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
Can I get you anything?
I think she says, no, I'm fine. And then I think she goes to the door at that point and unlocks it and opens it. And she looks a little clammy and she just says, I'm sorry. I'll be fine. But yeah, you have a moment here where you could try to hypnotize her again if you want.
I'm gonna try and hypnotize her to not be sick around me constantly.
Okay. Keep stuffing these urges to hate me for basically sexually harassing you.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Just kind of part of me kind of wants her just to fail.
Keep stuffing your emotions, Cassie. Nothing's wrong here. Cassie, please don't barf on these shoes. I just changed into them. Nice. Yeah, it's fun that you get to write in little things there. Mm-hmm. What it's for. Yes. So a 9, a partial success, and this is like a special move that you have, right?
Yes. On a 7 to 9, the hypnosis works, but choose one. They realize exactly what you've done to them. They F up your commands, or their sanity is unhinged.
Oh, don't unhinge her sanity.
But she's already unhinged. That was the thing she chose last time.
Oh, that is? Oh.
Yeah. So I think I want her to know that I was the one who caused her to not be repulsed by me. I feel like that's an okay thing for her to know.
Okay. So she now knows you have magical hypnosis powers. But you use them for good.
Right.
Is this good?
So.
And I just kind of go, are you feeling better?
Yeah, and she frowns and she says, I am actually, she looks at you and then she says, are you into like new age stuff? Like, do you have like, does that actually work?
I've just, I've never tried it out really before,
but what, you like
but I just
watched a DVD or something?
I like heard about it. It was like a friend of a friend. Like I don't know. I figured I'd just try to see if I could help.
Well, it helped. It worked. I don't know why or how, but thanks, Zaff. It's kind of weird, but I mean, I feel better, so.
Well, I guess it's time for dinner.
Yeah, I actually have like an appetite now. So yeah, let's go eat some pork chops. Yeah, and she like walks down the hall. Yeah. And so you guys have dinner, and I think we skip through some of that. And I think the night goes more or less the same. Right. Let's actually do this. Zaff, I think you're gonna roll to keep your cool here, and the fear is that you're gonna what? Like what exactly do you want to not do? Do you actually want to impress her parents?
I want to be able to make it through the night and not try and sneak her somewhere and drink her blood.
Oh, okay. So basically you're like, you want to control
I don't really care about the impressing the parents. I'm trying to see if I can.
Yep. That makes sense. Yep. Well, yeah, when you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of, drinking more of Cassie's blood, and roll with cold. Go ahead and roll cold.
I'm curious to see what
I'm just like, what is she typing?
Something funny, I bet.
Ooh.
Zaff rolls cold. I might actually like Cassie as a person and not just a blood bag, but I'm also a teenage boy, so hormones. Question. Exclamation. Partial success. On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. So you're fighting the urge to drink her blood the entire night. And the way that leaves you vulnerable.
Well, what if she accidentally cuts herself at dinner or something, and he has to decide right then and there to I don't know.
I'm trying to think of
it's just how making me think of Twilight.
Right. No, but that's the thing. It wouldn't be however it makes him vulnerable. It's not going to be obvious to the parents or anyone else in the room that it's a vampire thing. It would come off some other way. I'm just trying to think of what that sort of way would be, right? Like he's going to be vulnerable to the family because of this fight he's having to go through. But I'm trying to think of how that would come across for someone who doesn't have the context.
I mean,
maybe just he's really
probably it's just standoffish. Maybe the dad's
so
trying
it's
to ask
either
him something.
that. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, it would be easy. That would probably be the easy way out for Zaff. If it's just like, her parents don't like me, so I guess I can't go. So well, the temptation's gone, right? I think how I want to go with it is the mom especially gets this and, like, really likes it. But it seems like you're really you're nervous and you're trying really hard, right, to, like, do all the right things. So the dad, maybe begrudgingly by the end of the night, is like, listen, you're not like a Chad like I would want you to be, but, like, you obviously care about my daughter. You're trying really hard. Like, I think that's how it comes off to them, is like, you're just nervous because you really care about Cassie, right? And so all of this, like, gritting of your teeth and clenching, like, just sweaty, doing whatever else, the way you kind of, like, come off during the dinner is just this, like, kind of nervous teenage boy who actually cares about their daughter and wants to impress her parents. And I think that's how it comes off to them. So this makes you vulnerable in a way that doesn't get Zaff off the hook. It means that he has to keep doing this, because by the end of the night, I think what basically happens is you get to a point where the dad has grilled you a bit, and I think the whole family is, like, looking at the dad, and there's, like, a bit of silence. So everybody kind of finishes their dessert, I think, right? And the dad is, like, taking a while to finish the last couple bites of his, like, ice cream or whatever, and everyone is, like, looking at him, like, waiting for him to, like, pronounce the decision, right? Like, whether or not Cassie can go with Zaff. And at the end, he just sighs and says, well, Zaff, I think, and he, like, looks at Cassie, and Cassie's like, please, like, and the dad just says, fine, you can go to homecoming. And Cassie, like, squeals a little bit and then says, thanks, Dad, and, like, runs over and gets him a hug around the neck. And the mom seems, like, pleased and, like, puts her hand on his arm. Gives him the look like, you did a good thing. And so Cassie, like, kind of smiles shyly at you. And then it says, I'm really excited for Saturday.
Yeah.
What day is it?
Tuesday.
Oh,
whole night spending it next to you. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it is. And I think the mom says, well, Cassie, aren't you going to walk him to the door? As, like, think the evening is winding down. And Cassie, like, kind of smiles and says, yeah, of course. And then you have the scene where, like, she walks to the door, you're kind of, like, standing at the threshold, about to leave, and this would be the point where, like, she kisses you or something, right? What's your vibe?
If she's going for a kiss, then I think I would have to, like, reject her and not kiss her. Which, is that my sex move? When I deny someone sexually, gain a string on them?
Yeah, for our purposes, that's intimacy. So more broad than that, but I think so, right? Like, so I think the way this comes across, right, is she's gonna do the like kind of, like, lean in as you guys are close together at the threshold, and then what do you exactly do? Like, you do literally just, like, turn your head, or what? She's leaning in for a kiss. Actually, she's basically just finished saying, like, it was really cool of you to do this, Zaff. I am really excited. I don't know if this is, like, obvious or whatever, but you're the first guy I've ever actually gone to a dance with, or dated, or anything like that.
As she's
the last guy, though.
Yeah, exactly. The last guy she didn't get a chance with.
Yeah, thrown out. As she's, like, leaning in, I kind of just, like, go in for, like, an awkward hug, and then just kind of play it off and go, like, whisper in ear, like, I feel like your dad's watching or something. I feel weird about it.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think you have to make a roll, because that's your intimacy move there, right? It's like, yeah. You've denied her the thing, and so you can play it off fine. I think that makes sense. Yeah. But, like, whatever that was, like, she wants more, right? Like, she's like, I wanted that kiss really bad, and yeah. So she laughs a little bit and just says, yeah, probably right. Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
then she, waves you off and closes the door.
And I I'm like outside with like my fists clenched, and I'm just like,
you're really
like,
hungry.
run
Zaff.
away or something. I don't know how I got there. I don't know. Do I have a car? I don't know if I have a car. Like, I don't know. I think if I do have a car, I just like run off into the night.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I think let's end with Iclyn. So Iclyn, you're invisible, undetectable by anyone.
Yep.
And so the thing to get out of your darkest self is basically someone has to like acknowledge you and basically tell you they want you around or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's read the wording on that.
Yeah. It says you come invisible, unnoticeable. No one can see you, feel you, or hear your voice. You can still affect inanimate objects, but this is your only avenue of communication. You escape your darkest self when someone acknowledges your presence and demonstrates how much they want you around. Nobody knows I'm a ghost except for Zaff. So I don't know how they would acknowledge my presence.
So Iclyn, this is the scene I'm going to set up.
Okay.
You're haunting the halls right after school, like you do, right? The clubs are happening though, right? And we know that our boy Garrett is in the poetry club. So I think what happens is, Iclyn, you end up walking, floating by the poetry club as it's basically wrapping up, and Garrett is like just like in there as like the last person. He just like said bye to someone and then they left, and he's like gathering up his stuff because they like stayed behind for like a discussion, and he's in the room by himself. You have a moment. Do you want to try something? There's a chalkboard.
That would probably creep him out. A floating piece of chalk just.
He also has a notebook. Like, you could try to do this more surreptitiously.
Right. But he has to acknowledge my presence is the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd have to reveal to him that like, I'm an invisible ghost.
Yeah. There's just a moment here that you could do something if you wanted to.
Right. No, I mean, I definitely want to. Like, I want to do something with Garrett for sure. I just don't know if I want to reveal.
You want to do something with Garrett? Okay.
Well.
Oh my gosh.
For sure.
Iclyn, do you have a phone?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Okay.
Especially given how long she's been gone, technically.
Yeah. Just curious.
Yeah, I don't think she has a phone. I mean, how would I pay for it?
Fair.
Ghost
powers, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you became a ghost in like the 21st century, that might be a thing. Whether part of your ghostly visits is you have a phone with you. But yeah, you died in the 50s.
Well, and that doesn't even matter though, because the
70s,
condition is that he has to acknowledge my presence. Like, I have to like reveal that I'm there, and he has to say, "Oh, okay, you are an invisible ghost,
I want
you around."
Yes.
Like, okay. I feel like I'm gonna freak him out if I like start writing on the chalkboard, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a vampire where it's like, oh, like they're sucking my blood, but like that's kind of hot. Maybe it's like, holy crap, there's something moving the chalkboard. That's creepy. There's nothing hot or sexy about that.
It depends on what you write, Iclyn.
Hey, you.
What you wearing? Just write it on the chalkboard.
Can you feel me touch? Okay, sorry. Okay, that was too much. Sorry. That was too much. I don't know, guys. Okay.
Obvious, yeah.
I think, yeah. So, I mean, so probably what's happening, right, is he's like packing up. Like, I think before like he like packs up everything, right? I think his notebook is like open with like a poem that he wrote. And maybe like before like he notices, like, I want to try to like do it secret. I think I can do it probably secretly before like he notices, but like I want to write in there something along the lines of like, I think I made a mistake and I don't think that you're fake, and I'm sorry I doubted you. I hope that you don't believe the lies about me. And then she just put like, Heart Iclyn like, in the notebook.
I.
-I or something like that.
Yeah. Sounds like you're trying to turn someone on, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I suck at this.
You think it would be Zaff who sucked at this, but
no, it's me. I have a -1.
No, because suck.
Oh my
gosh.
Get all 5.
Oh.
Right.
Let's see. What are my options?
Get experience.
I don't want experience. I want Garrett to like me. And I wish I got something where like if I used my conditions, I got like something like Gris does.
It's really nice.
Because I literally just used 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or actually really all 3. Did I mess everything up in the spotlight and easy?
Leap to the worst possible conclusion is a tried and true one. What would the worst possible conclusion of this be for Garrett?
I don't know.
I don't know if there is one actually.
Well,
it seems pretty
obviously, she took his notebook and went through it.
I don't know if you care so much about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a worst possible conclusion. I think he just has to basically either accept that this is genuine or not accept that it's genuine.
Right. There's no other like options on that.
There's a bunch of options on here. Let me just read them off. Let's crowdsource this one. I'm kind of stumped here. Put them together, separate them, tell them the possible consequences and ask, inflict harm, enact drastic measures, turn their move back on them, leap to the worst possible conclusion, expose a dangerous secret to the wrong person, take a string on someone, herald the abyss, trigger their darkest self.
Harm one. Or was it cause harm?
Inflict harm. Yeah.
Yeah, that could make sense.
I already have 2 harm.
I have harm and I don't remember why.
Because you got hit by a thing. You probably just forgot to erase
hit
them.
by a train. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's do this. You know what? We're running out of time here, getting towards the end of the session. How about we just leave that cliffhanger as it is, right?
Okay.
Garrett obviously reads it. He closes the notebook and then he just walks out of class. It looks like he's obviously affected by it, but how he's going to respond to it, what the consequences are going to be for Iclyn, I don't think we know. I think we get that kind of closing shot. Iclyn is left alone.
Now she doesn't have any way to like, she's like, I got to talk to either Zaff or Gris and get them to acknowledge me somehow.
That was actually one thing I was going to say, because Gris still needed to talk with Iclyn. He might eventually have come back.
I know.
To
like, honestly, my best bet is to get Gris to acknowledge me. Yeah. But I just wanted to try something with Garrett since I got Lindo.
Do I know that Iclyn's pretty much stuck in the school?
No.
Would I know to come back? Okay, I don't remember what the conversation.
But Iclyn can go anywhere, so she might go looking for Gris. Yeah, she has before. So,
I mean, yeah, I would, because I'm like, no, I have to go to homecoming. Like, I just want to die. I just want to disappear.
Gris
and like this is my like one
go out together
opportunity.
at homecoming, just disappear into nothingness like they've always wanted.
Go to homecoming.
Romeo and Juliet at the homecoming.
Go to homecoming.
So here's what I think the worst possible scenario. Maybe this is the worst case scenario, Caleb, is that maybe he does believe her, but then if I can get Gris to like actually show me, right, like, and she finds out that I asked Gris to homecoming, right, he's going to think I'm a liar.
Right. Yeah. Because I think,
like, well, clearly you're not genuine, like, because like
I think what's happened here
talked to me.
is Garrett has a spark of hope now, and he's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do with it, but it's going to do is make it worse when he learns who you're going to homecoming with, or the next time he learns anything even slightly bad against you. Right? It's just going to crash in again because of that failed roll. But yeah, we just see that forlorn kind of conflicted look on his face as he leaves the classroom.
Wow. I made 3 rolls today and I failed 2 out of the 3 and got a partial success on 1.
Good stuff.
It's not been a good day for Iclyn.
It has not been a good day for Iclyn.
And I
rolled
any day
a good day for Iclyn? Let's be real about this.
My first session went really well. First or second or something like that, but I don't know.
If there's anything we've learned, though, is just because you roll lots of succeeds does not mean things go your way.
It's true.
I only need 1 more and then I level up.
Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Well, that is our session of Monsterhearts. Lots of fun. I wrote a bunch of notes for this session, and we've gotten through basically all of them. Yeah.
When you help someone resolve a condition, gain a string on him, he has the condition, am I sure of my feelings and rejected? Did I help him at all with that?
You failed to roll, Alyssa, so no. If you had succeeded, then certainly.
Darn.
Yeah, he's just more conflicted now. Yep.
See, moves confuse me because some moves you can just do them, and then some moves like require a roll.
Yep. Yeah, and that's just the way that they basically moves are a trigger in the fiction, right? When something happens, do blank, and sometimes that do blank is roll. Sometimes that do blank is this thing just happens. It just depends on the move. Yeah.
So lame.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm excited to come back to this whenever we do. Well, I think we'll be back next week with. No, next week is Carly's birthday. And you have a thing, Emily, so nothing next week. But the week after that, hopefully, we'll be back with Terra Invicta. It's so funny because we've now done 2 more side stories than the actual main campaign. So that's fun. But I'm excited to get back to Terra Invicta and do some fun stuff with those guys. I love those characters. Like, just the more I think about them, the more I am endeared to them. They're really fun characters. I'm excited to see more of them. So, all right, that's it from us here at Monsterhearts, and hopefully things go better for these fools next time. We're out. Bye.